Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillahilladzi hadana lihada wa ma kunna linahtadiya laula an hadana Allah. Allahumma shalli ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man tabi'ahum bi ihsan ila yaumiddin. Amma ba'du. Alhamdulillah, dear brothers and sisters in Islam, inshallah tonight we will continue our study in this mosque, inshallah, in Asakusa Masjid. But today is usually we discuss Riyadus Salihin. But today we will deliver a special lecture, inshallah. And fortunately, alhamdulillah, we have a projector here, so we use projector, even maybe small projector. But hopefully you can see. I don't know, do we need to
switch off?
Switch off? Try it.
Depan saja, depan. Oh,
Is it?
okay.
Is it better? Hopefully. But it's in Indonesian. I'm sorry. The slide is Indonesian. So our discussion today is about the Muslim character. What is Muslim character? Today we see many bad things happen in many levels. In individual level, in family level, in community level, even in country level, even in bigger than that level. So what is the problem? Sometimes we found that the problem is in the human itself, in the human resource itself, in the quality of the people who performing many jobs, performing many responsibility in this ummah. So this is our problem. This is our problem. So this discussion is about how to become ideal Muslims. What is the ideal characteristic of a Muslim? And we give here the lessons. The ideal Muslim is 5 mu. It's from Arabic. So mu came from Arabic. Maybe easy for people who understand Arabic. So in Indonesia it's called bangkitkan 5 mu, 5 kita bersama. So it will be like this. Again, the background is there are many problems in our community. So the question is, do Islam have model about character, about Muslim character? We see many problems in the society, but do Islam give a solution? Will Islam give solution to how to perform one Muslim character? What is good Muslim character? And also how to make this kind of good Muslim character. So we divide this into these 5 Muslim character. 5 mu. So the first mu is mu'min. So a good Muslim, the first characteristic of a Muslim is mu'min, we call this. And we will see what is the character of mu'min. And the second is Mushlih. The third, Mujtahid. The fourth is should be Muta, aawin. And then the last, Muthqin. So mu'min, Mushlih, Mujtahid, and Muthqin. This is what we call here in this presentation, in this lecture, become 5 mu. 5 mu. Mu'min, Mushlih, Mujtahid, Muta, aawin, and Muthqin. So what is mu'min? So there are 3 parameters important for mu'min. Mu'mins we want here is first, he have a good aqidah. He have a good aqidah. He have a strong belief, strong Islamic belief. This is the first thing. A strong belief, we can understand. Strong belief is arkanul iman. It's the 6 arkanul iman. Al-iman to Allah SWT. And all the 6 arkanul iman. This is which build the aqidah of one person. So he should have a good aqidah. And the second, he should have a good ibadah. A good aqidah and good ibadah. And the third, he have a good akhlaq, a good character. How he interact with other. So this is the first about the about the mu'min. So good aqidah, good ibadah, and also good akhlaq, good character. For instance, here, how a mu'min who have a good aqidah make difference with other people. For instance, if the mu'min have a strong iman to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and strong iman to Yawm al-Akhir, there is one concept, small, simple concept, but very important concept in Islam, the concept called al-jaza'u bil adli. This is strong concept, that a Muslim with a good iman, he should hold this concept, al-jaza' bil adli, that everything will be dibalas.
Reply.
Will be
P.
everything will be paid. Al-jaza bil adl. If you perform something bad, then there will be punishment. If you perform something good, there will be reward. Al-jaza'u bil adl. So everything will be, there is reward or punishment for everything. This is a mu'min. And this is how he become different with others. And how, because of his iman to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have the know muraqabah. He knows the existence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So there are examples here. We know the story of Umar radiallahu anhu, when he met two persons among his ummah. And you know, in the time of Umar radiallahu anhu, Islam is very widespread. In the time of Umar. But the question is, what kind of people living in that time? What kind of Muslim? So this is a great community. In one time when Umar met with the people who bring coal, penggembala. Sorry, the English is not good.
Shepherd.
Shepherd? A shepherd, yes, a shepherd, alhamdulillah. A shepherd. So this shepherd bring many animals. So Umar asked to this young shepherd, so did your Lord know if you lost one shepherd, then the one animal? Then this shepherd said, no, it is impossible that my Lord will know, because he cannot count this animal. Then Umar again asked, so then how if I buy you one animal? But then what is the reply of this shepherd, this young shepherd? He said, I cannot sell this, because this is not mine. This is belong to my Lord. And then Umar again asked this person, but your Lord will not know that you sell one of his animal. But then what is answered by this person? He said, my Lord will not know, but Allah will know. So, dear brothers and sisters in Islam, this is a Muslim, and we see there are many problem happens because we didn't have this kind of character. We perform bad things when there are no people watching. We perform bad things when we think no one will know about this action, this bad action. Another story is about a daughter of people who selling milk. And that night, his mother of this girl, said to her, why don't we combine the milk and water? Because if we combine, of course, we have many milk to sell to other people. But actually, this is not 100% milk. Right. So his mother told his daughter to cheat in this mu'amalah. But then what is the answer of this daughter again? The daughter said that Umar forbid this kind of activity. Umar forbid this kind of activity. Then his mother said, then his mother said, but Umar will not know if we combine this milk and the water. But again, this lady said, yes, Umar will not know about what we have done. But Lord of Umar, Allah SWT, will know this. And alhamdulillah, Umar also hear this kind of conversation. And then Umar go to his home, and what Umar done? What? Yeah, he told his son to marry this girl because this very good quality. This is a Muslim. This is because of good akidah, because of good akidah. And we see here the characteristic of mu'min. He different with others because he have iman. So we study rukun arkanul iman. So what is arkanul iman? Is it only theory? We learn. It's not only theory. It should make us become different with others. So again, dear brothers in Islam, these two should make us different. Okay, so this is the example of this characteristic. The first characteristic is mu'min. We use the term mu'min. You have a good akidah. You have a good ibadah. A good ibadah, the scholars say with good ibadah, he performed al-wajibah, all the obligation he performed, and he have the spirit to perform the sunnah. So this is two things. He performed al-wajibah, and he have the spirit to perform the sunnah, mustahab, something recommended in this religion. And he have a good character, akhlaq, a good akhlaq. Example here of Muslim akhlaq, in one of the hadiths, the Prophet Muhammad SAW said, "Al-Muslimuna man salima al-Muslimuna min lisanihi wa yadihi." So a Muslim is the one which other people save from his mouth, from his tongue, and from his hands. So this is Muslim. I mean, no one hurt because of his tongue, because he said something bad to other people, and no one hurt from him or by her because of his hand. So this is example of character of a Muslim. Okay, so this is one of the character. A Muslim should be mu'min, should have strong akidah, strong ibadah, and also a good character. Okay, strong ibadah, akidah, and a good character. This is mu'min, and we can understand this. This is if we see this, of course we see it. It's very, very good person. But the problem, is it enough? So there are other things which we need, because mu'min is not enough. Mu'min in our term here, he personally have a good ibadah, personally have a good akidah, good ibadah, and good akhlaq. It's not enough. In one of the hadith we discussed in the chapter of Al-Amru bil Ma'ruf wa Nahyi anil Munkar, Prophet Muhammad get into his house, and then he said to his wife Zainab about bad things will happen. With his face is very red. He worried about the people. He said bad things will happen. And then Zainab said, "Anuhlaku wa fina salihun." It's an important question. Anuhlaku wa fina salihun. We will have a bad condition, while among us there's a good person, salihin. There is a good person. Among us there's a good person. How can you worry about the people? So we understand the question of Zainab. Zainab said, how can we have bad things in this community while we have a good person among us? A good person is a salihun. In the hadith, Zainab said, "Anuhlaku wa fina salihun." We will have bad things in our community while we have a good person among us. So what is said by the Prophet ﷺ? He said, yes, na'am, idha kathur al-khabath. Even if there is a good person, salihun, but the bad things is the majority in the community, the bad things is spread widely in the community, then Prophet ﷺ said, yes, we will have bad things into this community. We will have musibah into this community. Scholars discuss about this question of Zainab. Remember, Zainab said, "Anuhlaku wa fina salihun." Scholars say, if the question is changed, "Anuhlaku wa fina muslihun," "Anuhlaku wa fina muslihun," then the answer will be no. This is said by the scholars. And this is also what is said by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fi Surah Al-Hud, chapter 117. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in this chapter, وَمَا كَانَ رَبُّكَ لِيُهْلِكَ الْقُرَى وَأَهْلُهَا مُصْلِحُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not make bad things, musibah, to one town or one area, if among those people there are people who perform muslihun. So in this context, with Surah Al-Hud, verses 117, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not using salih, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used the term muslihun. So again, we'd like to stress that becoming salih, as we discussed in the first characteristic, he have a good aqidah, he have a good ibadah, he have a good akhlaq, but it's not enough. It is not enough. Khair? So we need to be like Muslim. We need to care about others. We need to care about how to make others also good. Okay? So this is character of a Muslim. First, he worried about others. He cared about others. A Muslim is not people who didn't care about others. I just only think about myself. I only think about how to make safe of me. So this is not a Muslim, because he should have, he should take care about others. Okay, he should think about other people, and this is also something learned in Islam, something teach in Islam. In one of the hadiths, Prophet ﷺ said, "La yu'minu ahadukum hatta yuhibba li akhihi ma yuhibbu li nafsi." A Muslim is not called a true mu'min until he yuhibbu li akhihi ma yuhibbu li nafsi, until he love to his brothers what he love for himself. If in the first characteristic he become a good Muslim, he love to perform good ibadah, he love to become a good have a good character, then what he need to make that things also happen to others. If he love to perform praying, he love to perform good things, amal saleh, then he should also care to others. How about others? He can perform good things, but how about his neighbor? How about his friend? So mostly is people who have kepedulian. He think about others, not only himself. He think about his community. So this is Muslim. This is Muslim. And also, he's not only worried, but he moved to take action. He tried his best to take action. Okay, this is important, because many people worried, many people talk, but then he didn't perform any action. Action is important. He performed action, and then he have a good tekad. Huh? Courage. He have a good courage. He want that the good things is happen in the community. Again, this is important. A Muslim, he care about the condition of other people, condition about Muslim in general, because again, this is teach in Islam. From this hadith, from the question of Zainab when he said, "Anuhlaku wa fina salihun," Prophet said, "Naam, idha kasura al-khabath." Okay. And also in Surah Al-Hud, when Allah said, وَمَا كَانَ رَبُّكَ لِيُهْلِكَ الْقُرَى وَأَهْلُهَا مُصْلِحُونَ. And when among them there are people who muslihun, he performed good to himself, and he also tried to make other people good. He performed al-amru bil ma'ruf wa nahy anil munkar. Khair. And also the last, in Hadith al-Ghuraba, maybe we heard Hadith al-Ghuraba. Have anyone heard Hadith al-Ghuraba? Prophet ﷺ said, "Bada al-Islamu ghariban wa sayaudu ghariban kama bada." In the first time, Islam is strange. At that time, in Arab, in Makkah, Islam is really strange. How Muhammad ﷺ told us something to only worship one God. Why we usually worship many gods? It's absurd. It's something strange. So Prophet ﷺ said, "Bada al-Islamu ghariban wa sayaudu ghariban kama bada." And then next, Islam will again become strange, even to its own Muslim. Then Prophet ﷺ said, "Fatuba lil ghuraba." So give good news to people who say al ghuraba. So maybe the ghuraba, there are many institutions or organization use this name, Pemuda al-Ghuraba, Youth of al-Ghuraba, Pemuda Masjid al-Ghuraba. It's a good term, Ghuraba. But in many riwayah say, what is Ghuraba? Continuation of this hadith, the companion then asked the Prophet ﷺ, Manil Ghuraba? Who is Ghuraba? Then Prophet ﷺ said, there are many riwayah. Among the riwayat is Alladina yuslihuna inda fasadinas. It's people who still make good things. Make good things mean he's still performing Islam. Inda fasadinas, when other people become bad people. Remember, Alladina yuslihuna, people who still try to improve other people. Inda fasadinas, while people become bad people. Of course, we also remember the story of Surah Al-A'raf in verses 160 something. Story about one community who live near the sea. Yahudi, Bani Israel. Then Allah SWT told them not to go fishing in the day of Sabbath. But then Allah SWT test them. How Allah SWT test them? That the fish is only appear on Saturday. Only on Saturday. MashaAllah. This story itself have many lessons for us. The fish is only coming on Saturday. Why Allah SWT forbid them to taking fish on Saturday? I mean, dear brothers in Islam, in many things, in many conditions, sometimes in our life, we have Islamic rules, but then sometimes Islamic rules is not fit into our opportunity in this dunya. And at that time, sometimes Shaitan said to us, maybe something wrong with Islamic rule. So what happened to Bani Israel is really good. The feast is only happen on Saturday, but Allah SWT forbid them to go fishing on Saturday. Okay, so maybe we who seeking for job in Japan, but then this kind of job obligate us to drink khamar or to perform any bad things. Sometimes Satan said, this is the only opportunity to live. How can we miss this kind of good opportunity? So it is okay. So this kind of thing. Okay, so what is happened to this Bani Israel? The fish only coming on Saturday, but Allah SWT forbid them to go fishing on Saturday. So what is done by Bani Israel? So they put the net on Friday and took the fish on Sunday. They didn't do anything on Saturday, but they already put the net on Friday. So they make cheating to Allah SWT. In Islamic term, this is called khila. They cheat to Allah SWT. So this is the community of that people, the majority of that people. There are people whose majority is performing bad things. So there are communication, dialogue among them. One group of people say to another group, Lima ta'iduna qawman, Allahu muhlikuhum. What are you doing? Why are you still warning them? They are bad people. Allah will punish them. This is what is said by this person, by this group of people. It's people who not again doing the yuslihuna. They become desperate to spread good things to the people. They desperate to performing da'wah into the community. And they say to people who still working the da'wah, they say, what are you doing? It's useless. It's useless. Even you performing da'wah, it's useless. Because they are bad people. Allah will punish them. But then these people said, ma'dziratan ila rabbikum wa la'allahum yattaqun. So they said the intention first is because da'wah itself, al-amru bil ma'ruf wa nahy anil munkar, this is obligation. So they will change or not, it's another case. But Allah SWT obligate them to perform the da'wah. And the second, they still have hoping. They hope they will change, because there is still opportunity that they will change. But the lesson is, these kind of people, they still make good things. They still try to make good things to the community. And this is the character of Muslim. The character called Mushlih, al-Muslimun. Another character is Mujahid. Mujahid. I mean, if he try to perform da'wah, al-amru bil ma'ruf, to his community, then this is the rule. He will have many problems. He will have many problems. He will face many problems. So at that time, a Muslim need another character, which is Mujahid. Mujahid means he have a sabr, he have patience, he have a character of istiqamah, he have the ability to continue the strive, continue the da'wah, continue the strive, and he also ready to make sacrifice. This is Mujahid. I mean, he work with full of spirit, and also mujahada. Work with mujahada. He ready to work hard, and he ready to continue working hard even there are many problems. Patience, and also he ready to perform sacrifice in this path of Islam. The story, maybe we can read fi Surah Yasin, around verses 13. This is a story about one community that Allah SWT sent them 2 prophets to them. But what happened? They killed these 2 prophets. And then again Allah sent the 3rd. What happened? They killed the 3rd. This is prophet. But then what happened in this story? In this story said, وَجَاءَ رَجُلٌ مِّنْ أَقْصَى الْمَدِينَةِ يَسْعَى. Then came a person from this is the city, and this is the how we say. So the outer part of the city. He came to the city, and he warned the people in the city. Why you kill the prophet? Which the prophet want to told you the good things. So this is the story about Muslihun and the story about Mujahid. Muslihun because, see, these young people, this Rajul is in the outer part of the city. But when the prophet is killed, he came to the city to remind people. If we think, what is he doing? Why don't he just stay there? Nobody killed him. Why don't he just stay? But this is because he cared. He cared to his ummah. He cared that his ummah is perform bad things. Why they killing prophet? This is bad. He need to remind them. So this is Muslim. But again, Muslim is not enough. Because when he remind the community, then the community warn him. If you still performing this, we will kill you also. So is he stop reminding people? No, he didn't stop, because he have the character of Mujahid. Keep doing the good things. So what happened? So because he keep doing the da'wah, he keep performing the da'wah, then these people kill him. These people kill him also. And in the end of the story, this Rajul said in the hereafter, said that, Ya layta qawmi ya'lamun bima ghafara li rabbi wa ja'alani minal mukramin. Ya layta qawmi ya'lamun. Oh dear, I hope my people knows what happened to me after my death. So we can see how the intention of this guy, of this Rajul. He loved good things to his people. Even after his people kill him, he said, Ya layta qawmi ya'lamun. So he wants his people to know what happened to him. He wants to send message to his people that people you killed is having a good life in the hereafter. He wants to say to his people that what you are doing is wrong. That me, who you are killed, is having a good thing. Bima ghafara li rabbi, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive me, wa ja'alani minal mukramin. And in the hereafter, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made me as a mukramin, as a good person in the hereafter. So scholars mainly discuss about this statement of these young people, of this Rajab. Even his community killed him, but he still have love to his community. He loved that his community realized what happened to him. Ya layta qawmi ya'lamun bima ghafara li rabbi wa ja'alani minal mukramin. So this is the third Mujtahid. We need Mujtahid. Maybe there are people who good. He want to perform good things to the community. But when he start to perform good things, there is problem. Then he said, I don't like this. I don't like problem. I love something easy. So there are many goals of this ummah. There are many good things not achieved in this ummah. Why? Because we have weak human. Because we have weak human resources. He have goal to achieve something, but in the middle of the strife, he quit because he didn't have the character of Mujtahid. There are many good program. There are many good Barnamid program to achieve, to build many things, to build school, to build anything, good things to ummah. But then this program failed. Why? Because the person didn't have this kind of characteristic, Mujahid. He oftenly people stop in the middle of his strife because he can stand to the test. So again, Muslim need to have Mujahid. So the good things is achieved in this community, and to perform many good things, of course, this is hard. We need Mujahid. We need people who ready to strive really hard, and people who ready to sacrifice himself in this path of Islam. I think many organizations, your organization have many good goals. Is it easy? Of course, not easy. It's really hard, because that's why we need a good Muslim with this character, Mujahid. If we don't have Mujahid, then many good goals in Islam to build anything, to build Islamic school, to build anything is failed because of the Muslim is stopped. The person is stopped. The person is quit from performing good things. Okay, so this is the third. The fourth meal is Muta'awin. Muta'awin in Arabic means people who ready and he love to make ta'awun. This is Muta'awin. So Muslim, maybe he's strong personally, but still personally is not enough. One person is never enough. Because da'wah, Islamic movement is not single fighter action. We need community action. We need people. When Allah Ta'ala told us to do Amar Ma'ruf Nahi Munkar, Allah Ta'ala said, وَلْتَكُمْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ. So we need people who ready to coordinate with others, ready to make cooperation with others. We love to make cooperation with others. And Islam teach us to be like this. We know the Surah Al-Ma'idah, the second verses, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala said, وَتَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْبِرِّ وَالتَّقْوَى. وَتَعَاوَن. So make cooperation. Make cooperation. So make network with other Muslims. Build your network and make cooperation. Don't do it yourself because you will fail. Because Islamic task is really big task. Personal is never enough. Okay? That's why Allah says, وَتَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْبِرِّ وَالتَّقْوَى. Okay? So this is important. A Muslim is a person who ready. And he's not only ready, he loves to make cooperation. Means he asks other people to cooperate. What can you do? We perform. And in these things, we also have uh, the hadith here about this hadith also mentioned by Imam Nawawi rahimahullah in his chapter about at-ta'awun. The hadith which narrated by Imam Bukhari and Imam Muslim about people who prepare food for other people who will go to war. He will go to war, and these people he cooperate by making he prepare the food and anything for this person to go to the war. And in that hadith, Prophet Sallam said, this Mujtahid will have the good rewards, but these people who only prepare, he have the same rewards. Because sometimes we cannot cooperate because we always want it to be someone who is known by others. We don't want to be something only part which not seen by others. We always want to be leader. We don't want to be something not important in the coordination. This is problem because everyone cannot be a leader. I mean, we need leader, but we need also something to be lead, someone to be lead. That's why we have leader, because there is someone or other part which ready to be lead by others. Sometimes in Islamic movement, there are people who is known to other people, but there are people who also do the hard work. Okay? Because the problem we didn't ready to make ta'awun is that kind of things. We want that me known to the community, not you. If I become people who known to the community, then we make this together. This is sometimes the problem. Okay, so that hadith teach us that ta'awun is important, because by ta'awun good things will achieve. This is the important thing. By ta'awun good things will achieve. In the story of these people who go to war and people who help him, if no one help him, he cannot go to the war. He cannot go to the war. The hadith, Prophet ﷺ said, "Man jahaza ghaziyan fahuwa fi sabilillah." So who prepared, who helped only to prepare. Okay? So for people who cook for today, he maybe only cook, not only he cooked, but inshallah he will have the rewards. People who prepare many things in many Islamic activity, they are good. They are something looks like good things. Maybe like the activity is lecture. People who give lecture may be the one who known by other most, but there are other people who only prepare the slide, prepare the computer, prepare the anything. Maybe simple, but lessons from this hadith. Those people, inshallah, will have the same rewards as the people who give the lecture. If we know this, we love to make cooperation, even in the small part, even with the small part. And again, we need people who want to do ta'awun, who love to make ta'awun. Okay? And the last is Muthqin. Came from Arabic itqan. So this is also important. This came in one of the hadiths. Prophet ﷺ said, "Inna Allah yuhibbu idha amila ahadukum amalan ayyutqinahu." So, dear brothers in Islam, this is really important. And this is maybe something lost in Islamic community. Because in general, if we think about Muslim, what we think? But if we think about Japanese, what do you think? What is in your library, in your mind, when we are mentioned about Muslim student and Muslim researcher, Japanese researcher, Germany researcher? Again, maybe this is something lost in Islam. Because actually, Prophet ﷺ said, "Inna Allah yuhibbu idha amila ahadukum amalan ayyutqinahu." Means Allah SWT love. If one person performs something, he work it, he finish it in a very perfect way, in a very good way. So if he is a teacher, then he is a good teacher. If he is a mechanic, then he is a good mechanic. If he is a doctor, then he is a good doctor. He performed doctor yutqinahu bil itqan. So again, a Muslim should try to achieve his best into this level. And also in not only profession, only in his part of activity. Before we mentioned about cooperation. If we cooperate, then we will have many part of action. We want to have lecture, for instance, then we have people to perform the cooking. We have people to take the lecturer, to bring the lecturer from some place to that place. We need people for documentation. We need people for many things. There are many parts. So what is important that each people perform his part in a good way, perfectly. So then finally we have a good activity. So this in a small activity, but in this bigger activity, we have many people with many character. In the Islamic story, there are people with special character. People whose character is in the war. We have Khalid bin Walid. People which character is in knowledge. We have Ibn Abbas, Ibn Mas'ud, and other people. Character in many character. And even in one, two people who their ability is to what is they are specialists. Archery, yes. To perform one of the specialists, Prophet ﷺ remind them to keep this specialty. It is their obligation to keep this specialty. Okay. So again, Muthqin is something important. Muthqin. And about this, actually, there are mentioned. The rule is there are two things mentioned in Surah Al-Qasas, story about Prophet Musa alayhi salam. In the story told, son of another prophet said about Musa, Innal khayra man istajarta al-qawi al-amin. He have the character of amana. If we told them to perform something, then he will perform it with amana. And then he have many other thing is strength. Al-amana and strength. Al-amana and qawi. This is important. Again, this is maybe something lost in Islamic human resource. In Islam, human resource. Some of them have ability, but they are not have amana. They cheat, even they have ability. Some people is a good person, so he's honest. He's an honest person, but the problem he cannot do any action. We told them to do. We told them to do something. He's honest people. He's not lying. He's not cheating. But the problem, he also cannot do anything. This problem. We have a good people. He's not cheating. He's not lying. But we told him to do something. Sorry, I also cannot perform. So what can you do? Nothing. I'm just honest. Honest, of course, good. But we want people who also able to perform something. This is al-qawi and amin. This is just two extreme. Some people are have good ability, but they didn't have al-amana. Some people have a good like that. He's honest, but the problem is we cannot put him in any place. We cannot hold our hand to him. So again, this kind of 5 character of a Muslim that hopefully might be some model. So Mu'min, Mushlih, Mujtahid, Muta, aawin, and Muthqin. So the next problem is how we can improve this kind of character. So the first we need al-ilm, knowledge. So knowledge is important. So good interaction with knowledge, this is important. We have many story about how Islamic community is developed, the time of the awakening, you can say that, the awakening of Muslim community. The story of Muhammad al-Fatih. But if we see more detail, how we can again take Constantinople. Long time before that time, there are many scholars who tried to spread knowledge in the community. The time of Muhammad al-Ghazali, so time before Muhammad al-Fatih. Then after there are many knowledge in the community, then inshallah we will hope awakening to the Ummah. So the first is knowledge, Islamic knowledge. This is important. And then the second, after the knowledge, we need to have something. This is called al-ibadah, al-amal, with his knowledge, and also ad-da'wah. Al-amal and ad-da'wah. So what should we do is to perform this cycle. We have one small knowledge, then perform it and spread it. Any small knowledge, perform and spread. Inshallah, if we perform this, inshallah we will have this. This is promise from Allah SWT. Allah SWT says in Surah Al-Baqarah, "Fattakullah wa yu'allimukumullah." So be taqwa to Allah SWT. Taqwa means to perform the knowledge. Because taqwa isn't performing knowledge. Because there are no taqwa without knowledge. This is also important. There are no taqwa without knowledge. How can people become taqwa without knowledge? He didn't know what is obligation. He didn't know what is forbidden in Islam. How can he become taqwa? So taqwa is performing knowledge itself. So if we perform taqwa, perform the knowledge, Allah Ta'ala says in Surah Al-Baqarah, "Fattakullah wa yu'allimukum." If Allah Ta'ala give you one knowledge, then you perform it, inshallah, Allah will give another knowledge. There are several verses about this. Fi Surah Al-Muhammad, Allah Ta'ala also said something like this. Fi Surah Al-Maryam also. Okay. The people who have taqwa, Allah Ta'ala will give them another knowledge. Okay. So this, inshallah, with these things, we can improve our characteristic. Even small things, small knowledge, then continue with this with this thing. Prophet ﷺ remind us about the fitnah. In one of the hadiths, Prophet ﷺ said, "I'malu." I'malu mean perform the amal. Perform the amal. Prophet ﷺ remind, "Fitanan kakita illailil madlum." Because there will be fitnah. There will be test, fitnah. Which the fitnah is so great. It's like kakita illailil madlum. Like the darkness of the night. Because of this, the continuation of the hadith, Prophet ﷺ said, "Yusbihu rajulul mu'minan wa yumsi kafiran." Because of this fitnah, in the morning, one of these people is in the condition of iman, but then in the evening, it's become kufr. This is in the big thing, iman and kufr. And in the night, he become iman, but in the morning, he become kufr. This is big thing, but in a simple thing and a more applicable thing. Maybe in the morning, we read some hadith to perform something. We in the condition of iman that we will perform this. But because we are late, we delay, we not perform this directly. In the evening, we are kufr. Kufr means, in the more detail is, into this ibadah itself, we are kufr. We didn't have any intention to apply the knowledge. This has happened in many things. This is the way, inshallah. And of course, there are many things. We need a good environment, of course. We need an environment to achieve this. Environment which provide the knowledge. Environment which remind us to perform the amal and to perform the da'wah. And that's why we gather. That's why we make organization. To make this kind of environment. Environment which force us to have knowledge. Which give us the knowledge. Environment which remind us to perform the knowledge with amal. Environment which remind us to perform the da'wah. And this cycle, inshallah, by performing this cycle, hopefully Allah SWT will give us guidance to achieve our characteristic, inshallah. And conclusion, ada tapi tak terasa means this Islamic model. Actually, we have Islamic model. We have Islamic model of a Muslim character, but in the community we didn't feel this. Where are the people who have the character like the shepherd? We say it in the first. Where's the people who have the character like the daughter of this milk? Penjual susu, milk seller. Milk seller. We miss this kind of people. We have the model, but we didn't feel many of this kind of people. People who afraid of akhirah. Where is these people? Why we have many things happen, bad things happen in this community? We have bad things, we have big cheating in this community. Where is those people? Where is people who believe to akhirah? Where is people who believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is access? Where is people who believe to punishment in akhirah and rewards in akhirah? So this is our this is our responsibility as a Muslim. So from slide to real life. What we said is only on the slide. But the problem is how to really make this human being with this character. Of course, discuss this is important, but the important is how to move these people, to create these people in our daily life. People who have character of Muslim, a good aqidah, good belief to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a good ibadah, and also good akhlaq. Mu'min, Mujtahid, Muta, aawin, Muthqin. The problem is, again, we need to make this in our daily life. Where is Muslim? Isn't it Muslim is people who perform good in his work? But where are they? Why the condition of Muslim in general is in bad condition? Where are they? Where are these people? So actually, we need to strive to improve what we said is these 5 characters to become Mu'min, Mushlih, Mujtahid, Muta, aawin, and also Muthqin, inshallah. But of course, it's a long journey. We need to work the cycle, the knowledge, amal, and also da'wah. Knowledge, amal, and da'wah, inshallah. So maybe that's the lecture for tonight. Hopefully, again, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us guidance to perform this characteristic into ourselves, and also together we strive to make this character real into this daily life. This character is in the Mushaf, in the book. There are many characters. In Indonesia calls only in the comic, hanya di komik, only in manga, this kind of character. But we cannot see this character in daily life. Where is honest Muslim? Where is a good Muslim with a good character? So again, this is our responsibility to make these people is real. To answer people who say that Islam didn't have model. Islam is not solution. People who desperate, Islam is not solution. But we need to answer them, of course, by action. By trying to build this character by ourselves and also by our community, inshallah. Hadanallah wa iyyakum ajma'in. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.